What's so appealing about this fight is that we have two top welterweight fighters.
I'm not going to underestimate anyone when they get up in the ring.
Every Sugar's had his showdown, and this will be Shane Mosley's.
You're going to be biased.
At a recent press conference in Los Angeles, the buzz caught up with three-time welterweight champion Antonio Margarito and three-division champ Sugar Shane Mosley as they get set for their highly anticipated matchup January 24th live on HBO.
You're talking two of the best welterweights in the world.
To beat a guy like a Margarito will just set me right back there on top.
In this fight, Margarito is defending the title he took in July from previously undefeated champ Miguel Cotto with a dramatic 11th round knockout victory.
My title's on the line, my championship belt, so I'm going to defend it as much as I can.
We call him the Tijuana Tornado for a reason.
Joe Cortez stops the fight.
He continues to pressure you throughout the whole fight, and he tries to break your will.
Those of us that are aware of the ability of Shane Mosley, we won't be surprised, we'll just be proud.
We all know that Mosley's a great fighter. He was a great champion.
His back is against the wall, and that's when usually Sugar Shane Mosley is at his best.
And it's a knockout.
Be prepared for a shock of your life, because I'm going to give it to you.
Don't miss HBO World Championship Boxing, Margarito Mosley live, Saturday, January 24th.
You've just been buzzed.
Hello, I'm Jim Lampley. Mexico's Antonio Margarito has taken the hard road to boxing stardom. Forced by poverty to turn professional in his middle teens, Margarito suffered a handful of early losses. Those early losses then hung like a millstone around his neck as he tried to build his career towards success. But recently, he's put together a string of victories that turned that handful of early losses into just a distant memory, and he's risen to near the top of the sport. Here now, Antonio Margarito's greatest hits. January 2004, entering the ring with a record of 29-3, Margarito met the unbeaten Hercules Quivelos. Margarito dominated the action from the opening bell. Hard right hand lands for Margarito. Quivelos is having trouble handling Margarito's power. The long-armed Margarito just keeps throwing and throwing. In round two, Margarito finished his overmatched opponent. I don't think he can handle Margarito's power, and there's the first knockdown of the fight. As he falls into the ropes by himself, and his trainer, Howard Grant, gets up on the apron with a white towel, which was exactly the right thing to do. July 2007, Margarito put his welterweight title on the line in a highly anticipated bout with Paul the Punisher Williams. Williams opened with a flurry of non-stop activity. Margarito hasn't thrown a punch yet. Williams is already into double figures. And there's a straight left hand that lands for Williams, and a sweeping left hand that lands for Williams. Williams was on a pace to throw 100-plus punches per round, and Margarito was falling behind. Big left hand over the top by Williams. In the middle rounds, Margarito grew much more determined to fight back. Good hard left to the body by Margarito. Williams fires back a four-punch combination. Margarito taking all of this very well and continuing to throw back. Margarito stopping Williams in his track with a hard body shot. With the scorecards narrowing, both fighters stepped on the gas in the late rounds. Big left uppercut by Antonio Margarito. But Williams seems to want to fight. They're fighting in a phone booth in Carson. Big left hand uppercut by Margarito. Williams keeps throwing. Margarito thinks he's done some damage. Margarito is strafing him with power shots inside. Big right hand. Antonio Margarito, another right hand on the cut. Antonio Margarito has started to make his point, but is it too late? In the end, Margarito's slow start was costly, as Williams won by unanimous decision. Eager to get back into the ring, Margarito waited just 4 months before taking on Golden Johnson at Madison Square Garden. Margarito's plan was clear: to be visibly aggressive from the start. Much more vigorous punch output here in round one by Margarito than was the case against Paul Williams, and already he has dug some major body shots into the gut of Golden Johnson, and he backs him up with uppercuts, and he knocks Johnson painfully down. This is brilliant stuff. What a show. Wayne Kelly's going to stop the fight. That's the Antonio Margarito everybody was avoiding.
April 2008 featured the rematch between Margarito and Kermit Cintron. Eager to avenge the only loss of his career, Cintron began quickly.
Hard right hand by Cintron, and another.
But the fearless Margarito would not back down.
Trying not to give Cintron any room to breathe. Uppercut snaps Cintron's head back. Left hook lands. A flurry of punches from Margarito, body and head.
Margarito's brutality began to take its toll.
Now there's blood trickling from the right eye of Kermit Cintron.
And in round 6, the determined Margarito finished his man.
Body shot.
He's reacting as though he's really hurt, Jim.
Another body shot knockout. This was a tremendous left-hand shot to the body. And very often, it finishes fights.
July 2008, Margarito's biggest night was finally here. A fight against undefeated welterweight champion Miguel Cotto. Many experts predicted it would be the fight of the year, and it did not disappoint.
Cotto lands the right hand and holds it up for the crowd to see. Miguel Cotto looks very sharp, very quick in the early going. Now the left uppercut from Margarito, and he steps in the corner and fires away. Now Margarito gets the space he wants and eats an uppercut for his trouble, and smiles at Cotto as if to say, all right, now we're fighting.
Cotto landed some thudding blows and scored early, but Margarito was unfazed by Cotto's best shots.
I promised violence, you're getting violence.
Margarito was constantly coming forward, and his relentless pursuit wore down the welterweight champion.
Cotto's badly hurt by a series of Margarito uppercuts. Cotto is in trouble along the ropes. Margarito's stalking and stalking. A hard right hand by Margarito, and he lands another uppercut. Cotto trying to get a rest. What a round. A viewing classic in Las Vegas.
An exhausted Cotto had no answers for Margarito's size, power, and non-stop pressure.
And Cotto goes to a knee. Succumbing to the pressure, and that knockdown could ultimately be the difference in the fight. Cotto getting beaten up by a bigger man. He's exhausted, and it's almost over. The punishment has accumulated to the point where Cotto has nothing left. And Evangelista Cotto's going to throw in the towel. And Antonio Margarito has the victory he's been waiting for all his life.
To see more of the Tijuana Tornado, Antonio Margarito, tune in to HBO Sports.